Hey everyone, Mobile Gamers Unite, and I'm coming at you today with what is probably going to be a controversial video, because this video is about SSR recycling. Yes, that's right, you heard it from your boy. I frowned on this before, but that was when the game was first starting. There was really no reason to recycle SSRs back then. But now, depending on how far you are in the game, you'll notice that a lot of SSRs drop more frequently than others. Okay? I mean, I am swarmed with the Frost Rend, but the Extreme Magic Bow, I got one of, right? So, all of these items here, I have copies of them. 2 or 3 of each at max level, right? So, what's the point of holding on to these? Even this one right here, it's level 30 and I'm not even using it. I can put this on an R character, and in fact, a lot of my R characters already have SSR weapons and equipment. So, you know, these pieces of equipment, even if I put them on R characters, my R characters, most of them already have better SSRs. For instance, the Hydra Bow. I have 3 Hydra Bows. They're on R characters. And what's this one doing here? What's it gonna do? Probably nothing. And eventually, I'm just going to break it down into ore. I've selected a few items here. And this is going to be your fast track to getting the epic martial spirits, right? Because you break down a few of these things, you can get an epic martial spirit like that. Or maybe just break down one item if you have tons of copies of it, and it's just raining on you with this one item. You got so many of them you don't know what to do with. You've maxed 3 or 4 of them out. You've even put up 1 or 2 of them on an R character just for Guild Wars. At a certain point, that is why they let us melt this stuff down into alchemy. And from there, you can go right into equipment, and this is why a couple times a week they will let you gamble on different items. So I just broke down 4 of them. So I have 400. I have 400 of the rainbow ore. Yeah. So now I can get an epic martial spirit, and I can use that on a rare piece of equipment like the Extreme Magic Bow that I keep talking about. And if I pulled another Extreme Magic Bow right now, that's exactly what I would do. I would get rid of a bunch of the Access SSRs I have, and I'd get a couple Epic Martial Spirits, get a few levels into it. There's a few items I'm working on, but for the most part, the other thing you can do is say, well, alright, go through your characters. What am I lacking? You know, maybe you have a mage that needs an armor. Maybe you have a mage that needs a hat. Maybe you need a staff. Well, this is your chance to roll the dice a little bit, and you can make it happen. For instance, the tiara is an item that drops all the time. Now, I personally think it's best in slot for Lestelle, because when she's at full health, which Lestelle's at full health all the time, that gives her 15% magic defense. That's huge. So for a character like Lestelle, who's always triggering that, that's great. But for other characters, it's not always the best thing. Like a lot of casters, you would rather have, say, the Soul Stealer headdress. And that's exactly what I just did. I broke down 2 of those tiaras because I already have like 4 of them at level 50, 60. And I traded them for another headpiece, and I got a Soul Stealer headdress, which, in my opinion, is somewhat of a more rare headpiece. I only have a couple of them, and they're only like level 20 and 30. So, in my book, that was a gain. I traded 2 SSR items that I wasn't going to use, and that I would have just put on an R character, maybe, if I could have found one that actually could have used that thing. Instead, I traded it in for a Soul Stealer headdress, and I can combine that with one of the ones that I have, or I can use it on somebody else, since I only have a few of those. So I think right now, Like, what do I need on this account? I think there was one mage that I had that didn't have a robe. So, see what kind of armor we can get. Look at that. Look at that. This, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, F and A, this is the Bloodborne magic armor. This is one of the rarest items in the game. It's up there with the extreme, as far as I'm concerned. It might not be as rare as the extreme magic bow, but this item is a first. Yeah, it might be a first on this account. I know on my alt account I got lucky and pulled one of these. I haven't seen one since, but right now my my tank, my Landius, is wearing the Bloodborne magic armor. I absolutely love it. And you know what's going to happen to this thing? It's going to go on Bernie and give him that awesome damage reduction. And I do think that this is a better armor to put on a character like Bernie than the Reflect armor, which I have tons of. So look at that. Epic score right there. I just traded 2 items that I was just filled to the brim with. And now I got a Bloodline magic armor, which is a first for this account. I know I don't have this thing because I was looking forward to it. So just like that, with a little bit of fishing, and hey, yeah, I got lucky, okay? This could have easily been the dark robe, the one that drops all the time, or a galaxy cloak. Hell, I would have taken the galaxy cloak. So that's, one way to try to get new items and different items. You're not always going to get something new. It's not like that. Let's see, what else could I use here? How much of this do I have? I can't see. I think I only have 225. So, you know what? I had pretty good with the luck with the armor. Can always use a new weapon. Let's see. I could use another miracle staff, another couple things like that. And then, obviously, I'll just start saving for epic martial spirits to bust out the Bloodborne magic armor. But you never know, you could get an extreme magic bow or something rare. We got a Nighthawk. I got another Nighthawk. I'm going to have to see how many of these I have. I know I have a couple of them done. But hey, guess what? If not, I'll melt both of these Nighthawks down, get an epic martial spirit, and I'll have my Bloodline magic armor at 3-star tonight. So this is how SSR recycling works. You shouldn't do this if you're a new player. Keep the SSRs you got. If you got dupes, start stacking them together, okay? Because there's no point in using Epic Martial Spirits on common SSR items. You want to save Epic Martial Spirits for Bloodborne Magic armor. You want to save it for Last Rites. You want to save it for the Extreme Magic Bow. You want to save it for the Slayer's Emblem. You want to save it for the Converter Sword or the Reskin Converter Sword. Alright? You want to save these Miracle Staff. You're not going to get it to rain Miracle Staffs unless you're really, really lucky. Apex Boots. Divine Boots. Right? So the only thing that you can't do is gamble on accessories, because there's no accessory slot here to try to pick up a random accessory item, okay? The only way to do that is with your memory shards. That's why if you're stacking up memory shards, instead of using them on an armor or whatever, you should probably either use it on a runestone, an epic martial spirit, or an SSR accessories, because the only other way to get accessories is with honor. Accessories are rare. Do not melt down accessories. I'm not melting down accessories. I will melt down weapons and maybe some armor in hopes of getting some different ones. So, but pretty much when you do come across some of the rare accessories, I just named off a few of them. What's that thing? The Holy Arc that puts reflect and reflects some of the physical damage back on an enemy. Just something that's killer for a tank. Or what's the one I had on Juggler? It gives a shit ton of hit points. There's a lot of accessories that are killer, and they're very rare, just like the Extreme Magic Bow. So if you do get one of those accessories, then you can start sacrificing your lesser items, and that's a faster way to get epic martial spirits. You know, do your dragon runs, and then maybe sacrifice one thing that you have a ton of dupes of, get your epic martial spirit, and start leveling up items like Last Rites, Miracle Staff, the rare ones, the ones that you don't see dropping all the time. So I'm pretty happy because out of all that, to get the Bloodline Magic Armor, That's a big epic win today for this account. That was one of the few armors that this account did not have. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to get that thing to 6-star real quick because I'm just going to apply what I'm doing here. I'm going to apply it to getting epic martial spirits, which if you notice, you can get as many of these as you want. There's no limit on it. Like, I can only get one more weapon this week. I can only get one more armor. I've already went through all the headgears because I was gambling on those. So all in all, I'm up 50 chips today with that Bloodline Magic armor. That's awesome. That made my day. And I kind of wanted to share with you guys how I did that. This is something that you might do, especially with some of the older players that have been around. You might just have a plethora of SSR equipment sitting there that's not being used, and it's probably not going to because you already have 3 or 4 of them done. Do something with it. This can help you get ahead in the game now. This can help you get some of those rare items now that you might not have. I have like 5 reflect armors. Like literally, I have 5 reflect armors. I think 3 of them are completely... No, I have 6. I have 3 of them that are at 6-star, and then I have 3 of them that are just level 1 sitting there. Now, reflect armor, I can put that on some of my R characters and send them into Guild Wars, so at least when things are attacking them, they're taking a little bit of fixed damage. That might be better than some of the armor that they have. But if you're not upgrading an armor with it, go ahead and melt it down, especially if you got 3 of them already done. Yeah, we got new characters coming out, and they're going to need some new gear, so keep that in mind too. Gizaroff or whatever his name is coming out. He's like a priest and a mage. So maybe don't go melting down galaxy robes and stuff like that. I always do keep a few extra. Even right now, you guys saw all my items. I could have went through and melted all those things down and had 1,000 of the Archilium ore. Get it as you need it. Okay? Because if a new character pops up, then you might find a new use for some of those items. But you guys know which ones I'm talking about. We're talking about the tiaruses. We're talking about the items that just drop left and right. Do something with them. Alright? If you're a new player, you can disregard most of this until you get to level 60 and you have SSR gear start to pile up. And yeah, these are problems you want to have, fool. Anyway, Mobile Gamers Unite. Some people might not agree with this. Some people will tell you don't ever melt down any, it all depends on you and what you want to do with your resources. But this can be a useful little shortcut to help you get a variety of SSR items. And I would much rather have a variety of different items than have 1,000 tiaras, and you guys know what I'm talking about. So let me know what you think. If you love it, if you hate it, let me know. I'm open to interpretation on this. So really, let me know what you guys think of this. If I'm wrong, let me know why. Let me know why this isn't a good idea. But I think for an established account, I think this is a good idea. And from time to time, you should do this. If not, you just holding up resources. So Mobile Gamers Unite. This is just my opinion. All right. But if you guys got a different one, let me know. We can discuss it. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Good luck farming your SSR items. I hope the recycling process works out in your favor like it just did for me and I got something new. All right. If not, hey, it's a gotcha. It's a gamble. You'll get them next time. Everybody, have a good night. Your boy's one click away. Peace.